Welcome to the Where's Buffy podcast, where we're built for comfort and not for speed.
It's the Where's Buffy podcast. We're built for comfort and not for speed. Oh shit! You got it. You playing like Dion and shit. You know what I'm saying? You doing both spots. You know what I'm saying? You got to throw the ball to yourself sometimes. You got to be Lamar Jackson out here sometimes, baby.
Oh,
but no, you got it, yo. Go ahead.
Confident not for speed, you old bitch ass niggas. We out here to talk about some real shit today, and hopefully y'all can handle it. You know what I mean? I ain't go too hard.
Can't, it might not be the show for you. Okay. It really might not be. Let's start with intros, man. I'm your boy Fat Boy Diz, aka Dizzy from B More, aka Diz Day Journal, the most finger wave is. It's not the journal, it's the penis. Johnny Cochran gloves don't fit. I will not hit. I'm not a normal guy. I smoke cigars. I use rubbers, and sometimes I aqua. Sometimes into my
excuse me,
sir. It's a little agua.
Sometimes. It's your boy Broccoli Balboa, aka Russell Westbrook, aka Mr. 51 pounds up at this point. Tick. You know what I'm saying?
Beef and broccoli.
I'm definitely beef and broccoli. You feel me right now? You know what I'm saying? I just switched over to the other side. Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? Black fiber, your nip, your neck, all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here with y'all today.
And I'm just Kill. It's just me. I gotta get me a joint. Y'all gotta help me come up with that, bro.
It's all good, man. It's all good, man.
Y'all gotta help me with that. Y'all gotta help me quarterback a dope intro, man. I don't got nothing, man.
Sometimes shit just be good plain Jane, yo. Like you don't need all them diamonds and all of that. Yeah,
I got nothing to that. But yo, I'm excited to be here with y'all today. We are on the hip hop side of things. You know what I mean? We gonna be talking about breakups, man. You know, Math Hoffa and his squad broke up. You know, last month we were just talking about the whole, you know, Rory and Maul joint with Joe going back and forth and everything like that. What's good with these breakups, bro? Why can't I mean, and here's the wild part. We don't even have hip-hop groups no more. Like, that don't even exist because you already fucking know. I mean, can't curse for the first 2 minutes. You already know the lead singer or the lead rapper going solo anyway. You already know that. So won't even have groups, R&B, hip-hop, nothing. But it shifted from the groups breaking up in the 90s to now all the podcasts are breaking up.
Right.
So what do y'all think is the science behind these podcasts breaking up all the time, man?
It gotta be money, though. I mean, that's something I could think of, yo. You start. That's what led to the Budden shit, anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers gotta start talking about that bread up front. Go ahead, Brock. What you about to say, man?
Oh no, I mean, no, I was gonna say, like, you don't see that across any other genre. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very rare that you see people stay together that long and shit. That's why the glaring examples are the glaring examples. You know what I'm saying? Not unless you see the people being put in a place and they already know their position. It's kind of like hard for you to, you know, come up the same way and think you have the same value as somebody, and then outside forces come in and give you certain levels of money.
Right.
It's like, nah, nigga, people laughing at me more. Like people like Michael Moore, you know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, Michael's, you know, Mike Jackson and shit or whatever. Right, like he still jumped off. Destiny Child, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can think about all types of people from different genres that thought they had some level of equity in the whole project happening. But nah, yo, when them lights start glaring and shit, and everybody like, yo, nah, you deserve the money. You will say, nah, I don't. Nah, nigga. I done moonwalk across the same stage, yo. Like, come on.
I was watching that Queen movie with the boy Rami Malek in that shit, and like how I'm sure that's how it happens for
Rami
Malek, right? Is that his name?
Yeah.
So he was playing Freddie Mercury and shit, and Like he had all the people in his ear, like, yo, you, and it really, he did a lot. He did, you know, he's the face of it. You know what I mean? He's the lead singer. He wrote a lot of the lyrics, even though the mom niggas did write a lot of that shit too. But like when you got those outside influences, like, yo, you the man, yo. You know what I mean? Like you don't really need them. You know what I mean? And then so you start to think that egos, nigga. Egos and bread break up everything.
Shout out to the Locks, yo. Shout out to the Locks, yo.
Yo, let me ask y'all this. Y'all remember the Phoenix Suns squad with Marion, Stoudemire, and Nash, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question. In what order would you put them? Like, who was the best from best to least? Which way would you go, Diz?
Nash, Stoudemire, Matrix.
All right. Rock?
I would go Amari, Nash, then Matrix.
All right. Now, I got Nash, Amari, and Matrix like this. Now, here's the thing. I read this book called 7 Seconds or Less. It's about a year with the Phoenix Suns during those times, right? Mm-hmm. The whole book, Sean Marion is crying. Yo, you treat me like I'm the third best player on the team.
You are. You are.
The whole book, he be sidelined like, yo, why they got Stoudemire's jerseys on? Why all the kids got Stoudemire jerseys? He been hurt all year. But Nash don't play no defense. I got to do all the help defense to help him. The whole entire book, he's crying because he, in his mind, believes he's the best.
He's the guy.
He's the guy. He believed this. The whole book, he believes this. And I wanted to set that off because y'all are right. Sometimes there are people who are in Beyonce's ear because she should be nobody should have been in Michelle's ear. There should be nobody in Michelle's ear like, yo, you don't need this Beyonce.
Or bitch, when you know, or you know what I'm saying, with your man,
right,
and shit
like
that.
You know, certain people don't need
yo.
Beyonce.
Bitch, when you fell off the stage, that was you rise to the top, bitch.
You know what I mean? So even with that book showed me, even when we all in unison may have them in different orders, the moral was Matrix came third. Yeah. But in his mind, he's the best. Yeah. The whole book.
You know what's interesting about hip hop though is like if you're talking about like these R&B groups, or you're talking about a NBA team or whatever, right? You're talking about guys that came up together, rhyming on street corners, and both of them being told they nice, and then they go into a meeting where somebody says, "No, we just want him." You know what I'm saying? We can only market him.
Here's like, let me say something, bro. Oh, real quick though. Us three was in a group. Me, you, and damn. Go ahead.
Let's do this.
Yo, I know that I wasn't the nicest nigga, yo, and I accepted that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the people need number 3 needs to know that, like, Draymond needs to know that you a glue guy, my nigga. You a triple singles. So, you know,
but it's stats to back that up. If you rhyming together with somebody and both of y'all making this product together, like, I mean, all right, so let's go with Mobb Deep. Mm-hmm. So at one point in time, Havoc was writing his rhymes and he was making beats. Then it flipped. Huh?
Well, no, I thought they both wrote their own rhymes. To me, Prodigy was much nicer than Hab in the beginning.
He said it in a book. He said it in his book. He said that Hab used to write my rhymes. I was making beats.
Oh, Prodigy
was making beats first.
The hard part about his book, I can't believe shit that's in it. Because that nigga's a woulda, coulda, shoulda nigga. So, and that's no disrespect to the dead, but that whole entire book was. So I was about to smash Little Kim, but I didn't. I was about to shoot my gun, but I didn't. So I call that my infamous like woulda, coulda, shoulda. But I forgot about that part of the book.
All right, I mean, I ain't even trying to harp on that. I was just saying it in the sense of like, okay, so they both, because Havoc kind of backed up some of the things he said or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like we both had equal parts in this or whatever. But when they get out into the mainstream, it's like, yo, Prodigy is that dude.
Right.
He needs to be rhyming. He needs to go solo. So it's like,
I mean, I think the hard part is with hip hop, to me, there's not that many groups where I always felt the MCs were equal. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at the alcohol. I'm just looking at CDs. So I'm looking at the alcoholics. I love J-Ro, but to me, Tash was the star. You know what I mean? The artifacts. I mean, I always thought Elder Sensei was better than Tame, but they're close. Black Star, I always thought most was better. You know,
I did too.
I mean, Tribe, I always thought Tip was better. You know, Daylight, I thought Pops was better. But you're right. There really are no stats to back it up. It's almost like, you know, more of a popularity contest. You know, but I think it's a mixture of what y'all both said. You know, the money's going to come into play. You know, we were talking before about, like I said, dog, to be honest with you, when Mal and Rory are like, yo, Joe, let me see the books. I'm like, nigga, that's a hint and a half right there. You ain't part of the group because you shouldn't have to ask to see no books. You know, like if all three of us live together, it's like, yo, guys, could y'all let me in? Nigga, you ain't got to keep your own crib? Nigga, well, that's a hint. Nigga, you really don't live here. You know what I mean?
And to your point, like we talking about the Math Hoffa shit, just like Joe Budden, it's called the Joe Budden Show. It's called the Math Hoffa. Well, it's called expert opinion.
Right.
It's called my expert opinion, but it's under Math Hoffa's YouTube account. It says Math Hoffa when you search that up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's went through different iterations of, you know, I've been watching him since day one because I fuck with battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Right. So he had Misfit and the other guy, whatever his name is. I don't know what his name is. It's fucked up. Whatever. But he done cycled out a couple people and shit, but nobody had any problems until these guys.
But you know that's because he got that. Supposedly he got that deal for Revolt for like 2.7 mil. So back to this,
we don't know if that's confirmed or not.
I mean, yeah, we don't know. We don't know if that's confirmed, but it seems to be somewhere towards Diz's point of here comes the bag again, and now people are upset about the way the breakdown of the bag goes. You know. I didn't know he had the different reiterations because I kind of look at it like almost like, to me, a really dope NBA system is like Phil Jackson with the Bulls or Pop with the Spurs, where you have your core players and then we could just rotate other people in. You know, John Paxson's old, bringing Steve Kerr. Bill Cartwright is old, like we're going to keep some core. So maybe that's what it was with Math. Like you can go through a couple of people, but the core piece is Math. You know,
same with Joe Budden though.
Well, Joe, not with Joe Budden.
Well, see, with Joe, his most popular iteration is when the money start coming in. You see what I'm saying? I think the same. Like, I don't even remember Misfit and all of them being on there.
They was the first people that, like, matter of fact, he had Mickey Fax on the. Mickey Fax used to come and be on the show.
I remember Mickey. I thought he was just like a guest. Yeah, I know he was actually on the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, he would bring Mickey Fax and what's the other dude name? Swave Sever.
Okay.
He would just have different people there. You know what I'm saying? The backdrop is the barbershop.
Right.
Like that's the main like theme. Like that's the difference between him and Joe Budden. Like what makes his show work is like his barbershop talk. You have people cycling in and out of this whole situation or whatever. Those two people brought a lot of guests and stuff. You know, that's what their gripe is. Because
the two dudes,
Heineken.
So their thing was because for me, for most podcasts, for the most part, especially hip hop podcasts, for me, it's really about who's your guest. You know what I mean? Because I'm just like, truth be told, a lot of these niggas I ain't gonna learn a lot of shit from. So to me, if I'm watching your podcast, I want to learn something.
Right.
9 times out of 10, that nigga ain't gonna teach me nothing unless it's about battle rap. So I got pulled into it because I was like, damn, this nigga got Q-Tip. Okay, damn, this nigga got Young Guru. Like this dude had some big names in him being an MC. He's asking more MC-ish questions that intrigue me. You know what I mean?
You know, and that's where I think they have a point. Because like I've been watching that show since day one. Like I said, I love battle rap. You know, I fuck with Math Hoffa to a certain extent. I wanted to see where he was going with his career and shit. But when he got those two people, like Heineken used to work for This Is 50. The guy Esso, he managed a lot of people. He did deals with Destiny's Child. He's known in the industry, maybe not in the upfront or whatever, but he got a lot of connections. So when I saw them two on the show, you've seen the level of guests rise.
Right.
That's a good point.
Based on their personal connections, yeah.
You've seen the level of guests rise, and that's their point. They was like, you know, like you was rising at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like not Nas. He had a connection with Method Man and a couple other people that come watch battles, you know, but it was just a lot of people outside of them watching battles at all that you start coming to the show. And they got involved.
Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I didn't know that. And I'm glad you said that because I, you know, just doing this show, you know, when fam put it in the glide, like, yo, they broke up and I'm looking up stuff. And, you know, and maybe they didn't want to say that because they were just saying things like, yo, the subscribers went up and that was because of us.
They trying to say though, like, yo.
All right, but if they would have said we brought in the guests, that makes more sense because I'm sitting here like, nigga, how you gonna say the niggas can't? Y'all barely talk on the show. So you tell me that the show went up because of you. I'm like,
one nigga talks too much, nigga. But
you know what I mean?
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right, but that makes more sense because if they were able to book those guests, but here's the problem, y'all, and we spoke on this before. A lot of people don't know when Gangstar first got together, Google was like, yo, Premier, you gonna have to produce, my nigga, if you want half of this bag. Because if all you're gonna do is DJ, then that means I can pay you for the shows that you DJ. But if you want half of this record label money, you're going to have to do more, which is why Premier started producing. So the dope thing is like, yo, if y'all are the people bringing in the guests, then maybe I pay you as a booking agent. You know what I mean? Like, your job is to book the guests. You know what I mean? So then that way you have a specific title. There ain't no problems. There ain't no issues or whatever like that. But I think the thing is, and I think in 2022, it's now our fault when we don't handle our business correctly. Because
that's I was going back to what he said earlier. Like, you know, people get together and it's like this foggy agreement about what we're doing. You know, so like he brought them people along, maybe had good relationships with them. They bringing benefit to the show, but nobody's negotiating like, yo, like you said, like, am I a booking agent or am I on the show? Or because like they said something like Math said something to him like, you don't make or break the show or something. He said something greasy to them niggas and shit. That's what they said. Like nobody's gonna miss you or some shit like that. So
well, here's the thing. Me as a watcher, I wouldn't miss them niggas. Now here's the problem. If the guests stop coming because of them, that's what's gonna happen. Because I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not turning on the show like, yo, I wonder what the boy Esso gonna ask. Give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm not like on the edge of my seat.
Like, I didn't laugh like that.
Like, nigga.
Man, shout out to Esso, man, if you out there, man.
Yeah, this is no disrespect.
I'm just saying, I ain't mean to laugh like that. That's all I'm saying. I gotta find
no disrespect because I'm saying this across the board. To be honest, outside Combat Jack, there's nobody really who pegs in and asks the type of questions that I want to hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my thing. Is just like, so that's not just the Esso. I mean, to me, that's Math too. You know what I mean? I don't think he's got this. He's this incredible personality that I just got to tune in for. It's more so just like, yo, who's the guest? And to be honest, Mecca, the boy from the source, be asking more.
That's the best questions.
He does.
I want to know. You know, so truth be told, Mecca could probably roll out here and get his own show. You know, and because of his relationships with people from doing a source, he could probably keep it going. So. I mean, but like you said, if they're booking those people, then that means a lot for the show because if the amount of guests that they have or the level of the guests that they have start to go down, then that's probably when, you know, things will start to, you know, dwindle away or whatever.
Yeah. But, I think you're on a roll now, though. So I think it's, you know, but it is kind of fucked up if you don't, you know, you got to look out for people, you know what I'm saying, in some way.
Yeah, and the thing is too is just again, like I said, in 2022, it's on us as people. We've got to handle our business. One of my friends wanted to do a movie about something, and I was like, all right, cool, you know, let's look at everything. And I said, well, yo, if I'm writing, I'm doing all this, you know, then you know we could split this like 70-30. And he was like 70-30, nigga, like 50-50. I said, nigga, you had a good fucking idea. And it wasn't even that good of a fucking idea because it's like, yo, let's do a movie about fucking Pete. Let's do a documentary on Pete and see how smooth. Nigga, you're not the only person with that idea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But here's the thing. You came to me with an idea and now you get to walk away and you live your life. I'm the one who has to sit here, come up with the characters, come up with the storyline, you know, do all the writing. And you think we're going to split this 50-50? Nah, my nigga. Like, no.
Let me pose a question though, because I know that this is like kind of things that I've heard and seen on Twitter and shit. Like, where does loyalty fit into a business relationship, especially if we all start doing some shit as friends, right? Where at some point, where does loyalty fit into that business part, right? And when should be? When should we talk about it? When should we be? When does fairness come in?
I don't think there's a such thing. I mean, if you're talking about just strict business, if it started off as loyalty first before the business, yeah, that should be honored before that. But if you fucking meet somebody tomorrow and they're doing something for you and shit, there's no level of loyalty because you're loyal to the business that they're doing for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're fucking lawn man and shit. Like you ain't supposed to I mean, nigga cut my lawn and shit.
You get a better price, nigga. What loyalty is that? Like, yo, this dude the same thing.
It's a business relationship, you know what I'm saying? But if my mans and them, we started off, a business together, yes, I should be able to honor a certain level of loyalty before I do something fucked up business-wise to that person and shit. That's how I look at that shit.
I mean, I think the key, man, is just educating those who may not know. Back in maybe 97, me and some of my people was in Philly was starting this production company, Starving Artists. And I was like, yo, everybody got to go get this book, Everything You Need to Know About the Music Industry by Donald Passman. It's like the industry Bible, like Master P to make his artists read it. And niggas was like, nah, Kill, we got you. You know all that shit. We trust you. I was like, nah, my nigga. Nope.
Right.
Everybody buy this book because when shit blow up or when I don't want nobody, I drove everybody to Barnes and Noble. We brought the book for each meeting. We go over the chapters. So I wanted to make sure everybody, so when we're making decisions, everybody is making an informed decision. Now, here's the thing. If you don't read the book, then that shit's on you, my nigga. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to give the game so that we all understand. I don't want it to be, well, we went left, Kill, because you said go left. We trust you. Nah, nigga, so I think again, Tip said in 91, I was 16, 17. Record companies are shady. I knew that since I was 16 years old. I'm 48. At a certain point, niggas getting jerked with the internet nowadays. Like on some like on some Avon shit. Like that shit's on you. That shit is not that you can't blame nobody else for that. You know what I mean? With the internet right now. Rocker Ira Science from Dilated Peoples was saying he had an issue. His lawyers was trying to work it out. It was frustrating him. He said, yo, I just went to the library. I spent 12 hours in the library, found that shit myself. I fired my lawyer. That's so fucked up. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to get on no other shit. I'm just going to land this plane and get off of this motherfucker. But like you think about like when motherfuckers get locked up and shit, and then they all in the law library and shit like that. Nigga become motherfucking jailhouse lawyer. You can do that shit now, nigga. You can get all the information right now. Yeah.
You get jerked by a deal and shit. Then you like, oh man, let me find out all this shit. Now it's too late.
The thing about niggas in jail though is they got a lot of time and not a lot of shit to do.
Well, hold
you
up.
Know what I'm
saying? You make time for the things that you want. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is that usually what happens in these groups is somebody's putting their trust in somebody else. So we look at EPMD. From what I understand, Parrish was more the businessman, and Eric was just like, yo, whatever you say. We look at Woo, that documentary on Showtime with like some men
NWA, nigga. NWA.
So the niggas are looking at Easy. So the thing is that we're friends and we're all coming in and we're like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, this is the move. And it's like, all right, cool. Easy. If you fuck with the boy Jerry Heller, then yo, we rock with him. You know what I mean? And Cube was one of the few people who was like, nah, let me read this. Like, let me really, do the research. Cause I fuck with you, E, but I don't know who this boy over here is. Whereas Dre and Yella and Ren was like, nah, if Easy says good, then it's good. You know what I mean? So I think a little bit of it comes to your personality, Q may just been like, yo, I don't trust what nobody say. I don't care if you my mother. I want to read the contract, and everybody else may be more trusting. The thing with Woo, I remember Kappa said something like, yo, I came home to like a $500,000 bag. And it seemed like Cap thought that was just money for him, not understanding that this was your advance album. Right. So then when the album sold, now I feel like that's fucked up on RZA's part. If RZA didn't say, yo, Cap, I'm giving you this $500,000. But bro, this is what an advance means. It means boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Right. So in that way, Kappa can say, okay, So I gotta give all this money back to the label. So let me not spend the whole bag. Like, let me try to survive off of maybe 150, and I can keep this.
Hold up. Let me say
conversely,
this,
he might have said it though.
That's what I was about to say. You got 9 people,
yeah,
trying to bring up the speed and shit, and you don't know what their comprehension level is and shit.
Right, you're right. But here's the thing too. And then since Diz asked about loyalty, here's the thing. We all know we got some friends that's a little slow. So I'm just keeping it a buck with you. So you can't try to talk to your man who you know is a little slow on some old the way you out on the block trying to hustle somebody. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm saying 500,000. He like, man, fuck that shit. I got the money.
Right. You know,
I'm about to get big high. I'm about to get big high.
Or if you got a lot of kids, you can't parent each one of your kids the same because you know one of your kids is sensitive and can't take what this kid can say over here. So you understand that I got to talk your language. Again, I'm very goal oriented. If the goal is for you to understand this industry, then I have to accomplish that goal. That means I'm gonna have, if RZA, that means I may have to talk 8 different ways to 8 different niggas.
And that's a lot. That's a lot for grown ass men, yo.
Here's the thing: if the goal is to educate, then that's what I have to do. At work, I have to talk 5 different ways to the 5 different people I supervise if I want the outcome that I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is it a lot of work? Hell yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know, but to get the outcome I want. So again, I'm with this. It's like it's a loyalty thing, and I think all we could do is, like I said, yo, buy the book, read the book. Nigga, I can't read the book for you, transcribe the book, and do all that. Like, I'm gonna give you the rock. Now you gotta run with it though. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people may feel like, yo, well, you should have done this for me. And it's like, I don't know if I should have done this for you. You know, or even with my man who wanted to do the movie, it was like, yo, let's work out all the business right now. And it was like, well, we ain't make no money yet. And I'm like, exactly, nigga. Like, let's work out the business right now before money gets involved. You know what I mean? So
or before you spend money too. Before you even spend any money.
Right. Yeah. And again, we take it back to the I call it the Sean Marion personality of you think you're worth more than what you really are. Because there's a lot of people who have the Sean Marion personality of maybe Kelly did really think she was the shit in Destiny's Child. You know what I mean? She did. You know what I mean? Kelly has not gone on to have a very lucrative solo career. You know what I mean?
She did the gospel joint. She did the gospel joint. You know what
I'm
saying?
No, that's Michelle. That's Michelle. That's Michelle.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, you said Kelly. Oh, yeah, Kelly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, come on. Everybody goes the gospel route when they get kicked out the group. Woody did that from Drew Hill. Everybody goes gospel. You gotta go gospel after you lead a group.
Woody didn't get kicked out the group,
well,
did he?
I can't remember. He done left, came back, left. Yeah. I don't know if he got kicked out, if he left on his own. You know, I'm a moral of the story person. That nigga ain't on stage no more. So you know what I mean?
Not at all.
So, but I mean, well, tell me this. What do y'all think? What was the hip hop breakup that affected y'all the most? Because all of our great groups, all of them have broken up, except like you said, the Lions. Them niggas need to do a documentary on just how to be friends. But who you got, Diz? What group affected you the most? Like just broke your heart.
I don't know if this is a group, but Rockefeller, man. Like, so growing up and wanting to be a rapper and shit, niggas wanted to be on the fucking rock, nigga. We wanted to live that lifestyle. Them niggas like they was having fun. No, them niggas was having fun, yo. Like everybody wanted to be this
champagne on the
dropping champagne on bitches and that's a wilding out. You feel me? And all this shit, right? And so like when them niggas broke up, it was like, really?
So you saying Dame and Jay, basically?
Okay, let's say Dame and Jay, but I'm also saying Beans and well, really, when you look at Rockefeller, look at the main roster of Jay, Beans, and when I say roster, I mean the main components: Jay, Beans, Dame, Biggs, Meth, and Kanye. Right? Like that's the cluster of Rockefeller music shit, the music group.
Not the Rangers. Not the Rangers.
Rangers. That nigga went back.
Not Chris Sean and shit.
Watching. You went back to the streets as watching.
You went back to Chris Sean.
Yes. Right, you feel me? None of them niggas, yo. Chris and Heath, none of them, yo. Who's the niggas he kept saying their names?
You had Petey, you had Free, you had the whole state prop. Shit, to keep the buck, state prop is what kept fucking Rockefeller afloat for a while.
OG1.
A mill, nigga? A mill?
I think somebody said diamonds in the rough. God damn.
Yeah, y'all just watched Streets is Watching last night.
Right.
Y'all just watched that joint. Yo, what about you, Brock? What broke your heart? What breakup broke your heart the most?
Oh man, I actually got two, but I'm gonna just stick to one real quick. You know what I'm saying? It's not an official breakup because them niggas ain't never say they broke up, but Outkast and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they just never did anything else with each other.
Right.
Again.
I know what your second one is. I think.
What's that?
Black Star.
No, I don't consider them like a group. But
they was a group.
My second one was fucking Migos and shit. Like I mean, I know we older motherfuckers and shit, but the last time I seen them, it was two of them, and now somebody just passed.
Uncle Neff. Yeah.
So it's no, I mean, like I seen Uncle Neff together, and they were saying that Offset one part of the group.
Right.
Now he passed, so it's like it's up in limbo. I mean, you know.
Okay. All right.
But
I want to Black. All right. So Black Wrestling just said Black Star wasn't a group. Yes, they wasn't a group, but they wouldn't make music together no more. It was like something weird was there.
Well,
right?
They made a second.
I mean, they just dropped that second album like last week. Like it took,
but look how long it took for them to do that.
They did it though. Outkast ain't got no other album out.
But they might. I mean, it's 2020. I mean, they tomorrow's the day. They might come back.
Still trying to get Andre to rap. Big Boy done dropped like 7 albums, nigga.
But you know one thing I say about Cash, man, and why I ain't mad at Dre? Yo, he looks like he's like, yo, I ain't got nothing to say. Like, and I'd rather you not say
I'm a fan, bro. I'm a fan, bro.
Outkast is my favorite hip hop group ever.
Let's do 6 songs, yo. 6, 7 songs. That's all we need. Give us a Daytona.
I'd rather you not say nothing than come out here and drop some subpar shit, especially with the way the music industry is right now. Because here's the thing: if Outkast came out right now and said, "Look, we dropping the album next month," the timeline would be crazy for the next month. That shit would drop Friday, and by Tuesday, niggas would be on to the next.
Right. I don't know, yo.
Shit happens all the time, bro. Jay Electronica got an album. It's coming. Boom. Came nothing. Jay
Electronica is not like when Jay dropped 444 or Nas dropped Magic or whatever the fuck Nas been dropping all this time.
King's Disease.
He been able to get the timeline for at least a week.
But think about that. But think about what you just said.
It's these days and times, yo.
But that's what I mean. That there's always going to be more hype for the album. Trust me. If they said,
you can't satisfy me. Basically saying
in January, them dudes from now until January, every day will be Outkast. This is my favorite Dre verse. Then the album comes. I'm always asking the people like, why are y'all so fucking asked Al backwards? Why are you you should be this hype when the album dropped. But it's like, yo, I swear to you, Nas drops King's Disease 2 next Friday. He's going to own the timeline for maybe, like you said, a week. And after that, it's on. What else is out? It's on.
What's next?
So it's hard. And I mean, me being a producer and working with MCs, bro, it's hard to sit here in these studios and put 9 months of work into making something beautiful. And then niggas just spend 4 days with it, and that's it. That shit is disheartening to you. Imagine if you were a chef and you sit here and you spend all week making Thanksgiving dinner for your whole fucking family. Them niggas eat 1 piece of turkey and a couple of yams. You're gonna be like, nigga, do you know how long it took me to do this? And y'all got the audacity to come here and just kind of like nibble, take little taste back. Y'all better tear this shit up. So as an artist, bro, that's the feeding to us. That we put this much time, and I got to find the samples and the drums, and I got to send you 100 beats, and you got to pick the 50, and then we do all this, we spend all this money, and then y'all only talk about it for 3 days.
Let me ask you a question on that regard and shit. I got an answer. I mean, I lob up an answer real quick or whatever. I think like the only person I can think that has the longest shelf life on the timeline is probably Beyonce at this point.
Yeah,
like Beyonce drops something, it may last for a good 2 weeks, and that's being generous. You know what I'm saying? Like people creating.
And think about that, bro.
Dances and shit, and
think about that right there. That Beyonce.
Who else can do that?
The biggest stars in the world can only get 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So an independent nigga like even a Boldy James or any of these Griselda niggas, you know what I mean? Like, but
you got an afternoon, nigga. Right. You got an afternoon.
Right, but that's what I mean. Like, bro, just imagine putting 9 months of your hard work into writing this book and all the research you did, and niggas talk about it for 2 days. Like, I don't know if you're gonna have the oomph to go back and write another book. You may just be like, man, fuck this shit, man. Y'all niggas don't appreciate what I do. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of artists, and the thing about Dre and Mos, those niggas are real artists.
Yeah.
Type dudes that's like, yo, if the spirit don't hit me, I'm not gonna say shit. If I don't have, you know what I mean? Everybody else is like, yo, I gotta get this check. Like, yo, I better write, yo, Diz, you better write some rhymes, nigga. Like, what you mean you ain't got shit to say? Like, nigga, we gotta get this next album. We need to get this tour. I think with 3000, it's just like, you know, if the spirit hits me, I'll jump on the track. If it don't hit me, I won't jump on the track. I just think it's like you said, Brock. I think it's real disrespectful to Big Boy because this man has put out, you know, 3. His first album is a 5 mic classic to me. That Son of Chico Dusty is a 5 mic classic. You know what I mean? To me,
he's put out at least 5 albums, yo.
Yeah, he's done 3. I think he's done 4 solo, and he just dropped the joint with Sleepy
Brown.
Over that was really dope. But and think of how that got to feel to be Big Boy. You done dropped this album, and I bet you everywhere he go to promote it, guess what the #1 question is? Where Dre?
Y'all gonna do another album?
Y'all gonna get back together? And it's like, nigga, I don't know what he's doing. That's why the fuck I'm here by myself, my nigga. Like,
that's why the breakup hurt me so much and shit, because it got to the point where is embarrassingly lets you hear, like, Andre pops up here and there, and he kills shit. He kills shit, and then people get on the internet and be like, "Oh my God, Big Boy ain't shit." Like, nigga, have you listened to Big Boy?
Yo, the funny thing is,
have you fucking heard Big Boy?
I know I've said it on here before, but I prefer Big Boy rhymes over Dre's, yo. Hey, everybody can hold Dre as high regard.
I think they're 2 totally different MCs. I enjoy. Here's the thing: if I go to Atlanta tomorrow, who do I want to hang out with? Big Boy or Dre? Big Boy. I don't want to hang out with Dre. I don't want to be in little 5 points.
You want to play a flute and shit. You know what I mean?
No. I want to hang out with Big. I think Big Dre have 2 totally different styles. You know what I mean? It's funny because it's hard. It's got to be hard to be Big. There's one of the best NBA players in the league. I used to go to the barbershop with him, and I seen his brother, and the player was talking about starting a label, and I'm asking his brother all about the NBA star, his brother, and I could just tell his mood. It was like it was real standoffish, right? So the next time I saw him in the shop, I was like, yo, how are you, man? You good? What's going on with you? And like, we started talking, and I was like, he was like, yo, I'm about to have a daughter. And I'm like, oh, I got a daughter. We started talking about that. And his whole attitude was totally different. It hit me that it's like, yo, 9 times out of 10, anytime he's seen out, it's like, yo, what's up with your brother? Where your brother? When your brother coming to town? And it's like, nobody ever takes the time to even ask about you. It's like, nigga, you don't even exist no more. You were just such and such brother.
You know what? Though, I don't think
I want to say no names. That's what I'm saying.
He said it like that for a reason. He could have.
I know, man. That's the joke. That's the joke.
He's a top 8 player in the league. I say that. You know what I mean? But it just hit me. So I'm like, I'm sure that's how Big Boy got to feel. Like, dog.
I don't think he feels that bad, because I think Big Boy gets a lot of love and admiration in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? It's just the worldwide love that Andre gets and shit. And because he's so reclusive.
But think about
like what could have been or should have been.
We get love in Baltimore, but Diz get love across the world. You be like, God damn. So the second I get to Delaware, don't nobody know. You know?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you like this: Big Boy got an owl, nigga. This nigga got a fucking. This nigga eating.
No.
I mean, I don't know if he cares about motherfucking notoriety like that, but that nigga got money.
Yeah. Here's the thing, bro. It's always the personality thing, because if I went to Dame Dash and said, yo, Dame, here's $20 million, nigga, but you can't never be seen again. You got to go and hide. Or I could give you $5 million and you could do Dame. Guess what? Dame is taking that $5 million over that $20 million.
From Harlem,
you know what I mean? When somebody else like me, you want to give me $20 million? Bye, deuces. Y'all ain't got to see me. I'm going. But Dame's person, that would kill Dame. That would be hell on earth for him to have that kind of money and not be able to show it to everybody. So, you know, it's your personality and everything like that. But
I want to speak to the reclusiveness thing. I think it's it's a people want what they don't have, or they want what you know what I'm saying. Like it's always we got that's cool, but I want that. You know what I mean? Like you got a night, you got a Lexus, but you want the Benz and shit. You know what I mean? You got a girl, you got this girl, but she fine. You know what I'm saying? It's always something you want what you don't have. We got Big Boy, but they want Drake because you don't got shit. You know, I think that's part of it.
The thing about both of them, though, I would say is like I think both of them are happy with what they actually wanted from that shit. Like Big Boy wanted the money and shit like that. He ain't jumping out the window when people say you better than me or whatever. And Andre ain't jumping out the window saying like I can buy more cars than him. I'm walking around playing a flute and shit. I probably got the same amount of money as him. I'm fine.
Brock, we don't know.
I don't know, but I don't see nobody
right now like this motherfucker Dre. Like
hold up. Just in the same way you was talking about Dame or whatever, right?
Right.
You don't see neither one of them jumping out of the window to go one way or the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dame, I ain't gonna lie to you. I love Dame, but you see Dame still trying to, put on certain airs and shit, and then it comes down in the news article what's going on really, or he looking crazy or whatever, So
and I mean the thing is, and I saw it it was the XXL issue, and it was like the whole Rockefeller, and they was like in the Oval Office, and in that article, Jay said there's only one presidential suite. That's why none of this shit ever lasts. If you really want to know why a lot of shit don't last, because there's only one president. Then there's a vice president. You go to the school. You ever been to a school and there's two principals? Fuck no. There's a principal. There's a vice president.
Too much Sam Rothstein, nigga.
And that's the thing. Like, if like Jay said in the article, he said if we go to a hotel, all three of us can't stay in the presidential suite. All three of us can't do it. You know what I mean? And the problem is most people don't want to play the assistant. Most people don't want to play the Robin to the Batman. You know what I mean?
Did you say your breakup? You didn't say yours.
Oh, mine, EPMD, the Hit Squad. That was just crazy.
Oh, Hit Squad.
What happened? It was like, we ain't have no internet back then, so the only way you even got stuff was in the source, which meant you got it a month later after it happened, and it was like, Eric got Parrish robbed? Like, wait, what? Like that. That was just the craziest thing. I'm like, wait, hold up. What? He got him robbed and tied up and pistol whipped and all that. And then
all that happened.
You ain't heard that? Yeah.
That's why EPMD broke up, but neither one of them really speak on it. That's why Eric moved. Supposedly, that's why he moved to Atlanta after the breakup.
Who got who? Pistol?
Zell. I'm sorry, my man Zell on there. I see body more bottles. My bad. I just show him what's popping.
Oh, nah, all good. Yeah, Eric Sermon supposedly got Parrish robbed.
Oh wow!
So Parrish went into his crib, pistol whipped, tied up, robbed him, and everything like that. Parrish was like, all right, cool. They still did the Hit Squad tour because Parrish was like, well, look, all these people depending on us, Red, Das, K Solo, they need this bag. But Eric's defense was like, yo, who the fuck gonna go on a worldwide tour with a nigga who just supposedly got you pistol whipped and robbed? So I understand both sides of it. Like this is the same from a loyalty side. If I don't go on this tour, then Redman, K Solo, Das don't eat. But then I also understand from Eric's standpoint, because nigga, if either one of you niggas got me pistol whipped and robbed, nigga, I ain't going nowhere with y'all motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So on both, and they never really talked about it, even when they did the little unsung and all that. Like they don't bring that up. But it was just like, any other breakup, it's the regular, whatever. But this was like, nah, this nigga ain't robbed, right?
It's a lot, yo. That's some bullshit.
So that was, and then the Hit Squad to me was just like that click at that time. Like, you had Das that was crazy, Red that, K Solo was always all right, but between Red and Das, but just like you said, this with the Rockefeller breakup, now you got to pick sides.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Red goes with Eric, and then, K Solo and Das go with PMD, and it's like when your parents get a divorce, like who you want to live with, nigga? Like, damn, you really gonna put that pressure on me? Like, so same thing, like, such and such, went with Jay, and Beans and all them went with Dame. And the sad part is when the breakup, each is always going to be one who does better than the other. So, of course, Eric did better than PMD. And, of course, Jay did better than Dame. So those people who went with PMD, you never really heard from Das Effects, but K Solo no more.
Yo, it's another thing that happened because of that breakup and shit. Like, I think they was right on the cusp of a certain sound and shit. You know what I'm saying? The funk and shit.
Right.
So then you had Dr. Dre and the motherfuckers monopolized the funk and all that other shit. Them niggas was screaming about, all the samples they were taking, the funk samples and shit like that. And then it became Dr. Dre and Snoop's calling hard and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like they was right on the cusp of that if they could have stuck together and kept, running that shit until the mainstream finally caught on to everything and shit. And Dr. Dre had a bigger machine and all that other shit, but I don't know, man. That's how I look at it in hindsight. I'm like, oh shit, them niggas start like they wouldn't be doing
that was all funk. I mean, you think about you guys still he was the funk lord. Eric Sermon was the funk lord.
That's everything that Redman rapped about, nigga.
Right.
Funk Dr. Spot.
Funk Dr. Spot. You know what I mean? Like Fam just said, the little brother breakup. What I heard from that was just like, Ninth was supposedly giving away the little brother sound. You know what I mean? By producing for all these other groups, which is always going to be another problem. One time when I was up at 889, Gangstar took us out, and I was talking to Guru, and he was like, yo, the fucked up part about the game is Premier can go out and produce beats for whoever, but if I want to get on somebody else's album, I have to get permission from my label. So if you're signed to a label like Brock, if you signed to Kill Records and Diz want to do a song with you, you got to come to me and say, yo, Kill, is it okay if I go do a song with Diz? And I could be like, no, you can't.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I never thought about that, but I'm like, damn, that is fucked up. Because Primo don't got to do that. Primo don't have to go and ask the record label, can I go make beats for all these other people?
And that's essentially the sound and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's the sound, and it's also the money because you got Pete Rock, who's the king of the remixes. This nigga got 5 cars, 2 houses, and CL Smooth don't got that. Now, does that go back to what you say? Now your people's in your ear. Yo, CL, why nigga Pete got? You know what I mean? Why Pete? Ooh. But here's the thing: is it Pete's fault that he can produce?
No,
right. Okay. You know what I mean? And it goes back to loyalty. On the Unsung, the Whispers was saying one of them was locked up, and he said, you know what? It didn't matter. We were brothers, so we still cut that pie 5 ways. Even though he didn't perform with us one time, that's our brother. We cut the pie 5 ways, and he still got his check. You know what I mean?
Can I address to you that thing earlier about like if you come into the game with loyalty before you get all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Y'all brothers, you know what I'm saying? Versus like you get put together or something like that.
Right? But then keep in mind, there's probably lots of people who came in this game together and was like, yo, fuck that nigga. He in jail.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't doing no dance steps. He ain't at rehearsal. You know what I mean? I kick a little tithe. I tithe 10% on that nigga, but he ain't getting a whole cut.
Kick a tithe on that.
I tithe on that nigga. He get 10%, but he ain't getting a whole cut. Like, nigga, he locked up for 5 years. So, but again, it just goes back, and not to say that was an easy conversation. Maybe them 4 Whispers were arguing over that. I'm not saying like they was all like, yeah, kumbaya, like, but it's almost like you would have to do something like that for someone, because if not, then there's always going to be that animosity. If me and Brock, if we in a group and I'm the producer and you see me with 5 new cars and you only got 1 car, I mean, you can get mad, but can you get mad at me? You know what I mean? Or would it just be, yo, then you need to try to get out here and hustle and do you. You need to be trying to get on as many guest verses as you can.
Everybody don't want to hear that.
Or is it, since we're a group, do we split everything? Because is that fair to me? Because your guest verses ain't nowhere what Pete is getting for a remix. So if you get 5,000 for a guest verse and I'm getting 100,000 for a remix, nigga, you get 50 and I get 2,500. That ain't fair. So it's such a place of what's fair, what's not fair, and all that. And then also keeping in mind, bro, that all these groups that we talking about were young as fuck. They in their 20s. So this level of maturity that I have at 48 to be like, yo, let's talk business, let's do that. They didn't have that at 19, 20. Think of where you was 19, 20. Your ego and your dick basically fucking is your GPS. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So my fault is I know you've been trying to get in. What was you gonna say, bro?
No. Oh shit! I was gonna like comment on some of the comments that I saw, but it's not. No, we can continue and shit. But I do like. So the Whispers are really related, right? Like them niggas is like family members, right?
2 of them are brothers. Like the 2 lead singers who they may be fucking twins. Now I don't know,
right?
But I don't think it was the twins that was locked up. It was probably one of them other niggas.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Okay. But at least with the Whispers, you part of the group. Gladys Knight and the Pips, I don't know if the Pips get the same cut as Gladys because you the and
Nigga, it's like you only see 3 of them, but it's been like 12 pips, so I don't think so.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, on some real shit, like speaking of like which I was just speaking about, whatever. Leaders of the New School.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the most like the
them niggas broke up on live television.
They broke up on live television or whatever, right?
Did they?
But like
they broke up on your own TV raps, bro. Look,
we were just saying about motherfuckers saying that they the best. They thinking they the best. They hearing that shit. That was the greatest oversight probably in hip hop industry, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga thought he was the best and was really trying to massage, you know, Busta Rhymes and say like, nah, you ain't that. You know what I mean? And the nigga made a gamble on himself.
But here's the problem. That's that short. Anybody who thought if
Charlie, nigga,
if Charlie, Milo, or Dinko thought they were better than Busta, nigga, you got the Sean Marion syndrome. That's what you got. We gonna start calling that shit.
But
when
that nigga did that scenario shit. No, yo,
Marion syndrome.
No, yo, but hold up though. Like, you don't think that's warranted?
What's that? Who?
Like in that situation with them, right? Like them analyzing the game and shit. Charlie could realistically look at the game and say, like, yo, I'm the hottest nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm older than you. I'm on what? What's that?
No. This I was just holding up the album for people.
Oh, all right. I'm just saying, like, I think that if you came to him and be like, yo, you know, bet on yourself or whatever, like Charlie, he'd probably take that bet. You know what I'm saying?
And that nigga would crap the fuck out.
Lose.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you.
But look, Busta couldn't have been that confident in that bet at that point in time and shit.
I mean, here's the thing. Maybe he couldn't, but I mean, all I know is this: is when I first heard Just Another Case of PTA, I knew I got hyped when Busta came on.
Busta was a star. He was like Busta.
I know when Sob Story came on, then I got my Cherry Pathfinder, and I mean, it was Busta. And by the time Scenario, anybody who thought they were who thought they were better than Busta after Scenario, and they were still together. Yeah. You was on Reagan crack. So maybe Charlie still has some Reagan crack stash from '83, but there's no way after that rah like a dungeon dragon anybody thought, you know, and like niggas said, they said, yo, Tip really threw that nigga the alley-oop because he said, yo, take the ride, you take us home on this song. I don't know anybody who doesn't think about Busta's verse on Scenario, and that's Tip, and that's the Tribe song. Tip could have been like, nah, nigga, I'ma end the shit. This is my shit. Yeah. That nigga said, nah, nigga, go do you. And it's been fucking the rear view mirror for them niggas ever since Scenario, man. You know, and I think they had already broken up by the Flavor in Your Ear remix because we already So I mean
we're gonna have to have another family tree conversation because I know we had it before. We're gonna have to have another one, yo. And when I say that, I mean like you talk about you start here and Q-Tip birthed Leaders and Busta had Rock Marcy. And if you think about it, how Rock Marcy birthed all of this new we're gonna have another, but that's a whole other podcast, yo. We're gonna have a podcast
on these fucking biting ass Rock Marcy niggas. Not Rock Marcy, but the niggas that are biting. Rock
Willie the Kid and you know, I ain't gonna do that.
It's one of those things, man. Like I said, man, at the end of the day, people be like, yo, Steph ruined the league. Steph ain't ruined shit. The coaches that allowed other niggas to shoot shots that Steph can only make, they're the ones.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Yeah, that's it. Ain't nobody come to see Charlie Brown. You know what I mean? Somebody told me once, they was like, yo, Kill, I got to hook up to Dinko D. You want to interview? I was like, I'm good, bro. You know, I'm good. Like, I don't know what the fuck would I ask you? Like, I don't want to be fucking the interviewer that do that, the big boy, like, okay, Dinko, how'd the first album come together? Like, I got 3 questions, nigga. Like, where's Busta? Fucking, where's Busta? You know?
Did you know Busta was gonna be that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
the chapter title is funny as hell. This chapter of the show is titled "Sorry, Dinko."
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, man, it just comes down to, and I think Fam was saying too about little brother that Ninth didn't want to tour or whatever like that. But even in that Ninth situation, like, yo, niggas is wanting beats. Like, am I supposed to say no? You know what I mean?
Hold up. Like, what that got to do? Like, he don't rap. Like, what? Why would that break y'all?
I think the thing is that I was never a big Little Brother fan. Let me just start first and foremost right there. So I don't fucking know. But I think Ninth was like one of those producers, kind of like Dilla was with Slum Village. So like the producer, even though you don't rap, you're just as popular as the rappers. Right, so right. I don't understand because you ain't gonna talk. You just back there DJing. So whatever. But I think people wanted to see that. Like when people want to see Slum, they wanted to see Dilla on stage, but Dilla was a homebody. He's like, yo, I don't want to tour. And I think that's kind of like probably how Ninth was
making my money in my business. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't make money when I'm out on the stage with y'all and shit.
But you do because it's appearances though.
Here's the thing, but
I can make fucking 10 to 12, 20 beats and shit in my home.
I can make more sitting at home than traveling the world with y'all. Yeah. But I think it too. But then at the end of the day, what is Ninth supposed to do? If Jay-Z says I want to beat, I'm supposed to say no because that's giving away the Little Brother sound. To me, Little Brother didn't have a sound. It was any other producer. Like it was just beats. And here's a person who had a sound. Y'all remember Rich Harrison, who did A. Marie's One Thing?
Oh, hell yeah. Yes.
That nigga had a sound. And what happened was after one thing blew up, then he did like 4 for Beyonce.
Beyonce joint.
Started doing Tony Braxton. And A. Marie felt the same way. You're giving away our sound because we did that together. Now, Rich could have been like, nigga, we ain't do nothing together. I made the beat and I wrote the song. You just sung it, nigga. So I don't know what you talking about. We did it, but that was A. Marie's beef of there was a specific sound. Like when I hear Ninth, I don't hear a specific sound like the way that you would when you would hear like Rich Harrison. But you know, at the end of the day, man, it's just one of those things where it's very hard to be in a situation where the 3 of us are in a group and 2 of us are broke and Brock is out here in Jamaica, you know, taking his kids to fucking, you know, big ass parties and shit. Me and Diz sitting on the couch, like, you know, that again, that's a hard place to be in. But what I think you have to do is that me and Diz got to get off our ass and decide, okay, well then what are we gonna do?
Or take the EPMD, take the Eric Sermon route. We're gonna tie this nigga up. We got to get eyes, nigga.
Yeah.
We got a session, yo. And
here's the thing. To me, it's exactly what Fonte did. Fonte was like, all right, fuck it. We broke up. Let me get out here. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to do foreign exchange. You know what I mean? He created a way to get a bag for himself. And again, this is much easier to do for Fonte because now we're living in the internet world. You know what I mean? That's not the 90s. You couldn't just pop up and just be like, okay, I'm going to drop an album. No, you couldn't do that shit back then. But I think that that's what you want to do. So we got to get to shooting the 5. Tell me this. Past 5 years, what are the best 5 albums y'all got for the past 5 years?
Jesus, this was...
Going back to 2017.
This was fucking... No.
It got to be 18. 20.
I started 17.
20, 19, 18. That's fine.
I'm bugging. I thought it was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Because we ain't done with 22 yet.
It's November.
Nah, you can't.
We got Nas about to drop.
Come on, y'all.
That's no problem. I could dab my 17s. That's no problem.
You know what? I don't have any in 22 anyway. I don't think so.
I don't got any 2022 anyway.
I do. Fuck it, give you a list, yo. Fuck it.
No. You said it off this. Or Brock, you said it off.
I start.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
I set it up, yo. No particular order, yo. I'm gonna give it up to Daytona for Pusha T, man. Ella May. An Evening with Silk Sonic. Alfredo, Freddie Gibbs and ALC. And number 1, man, Victory Lap. Rest in peace, Neighborhood Nip. Hashtag SC5, hashtag Shoot 5.
All right, I go with my brother. Did you start with 5 and went to 1?
I went to 1, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so number 5, I got Snow Allegra. Those feelings, you know what I'm saying? Number 4, I got Alfredo, Freddie Gibbs, of course. Number 3, I got Victory Lap, you know what I'm saying? Neighborhood Nip, you feel me? Number 2, I got Chronology, you know what I'm saying? My man Chronics and shit. I love my reggae, you know what I'm saying? And number 1, I got my man Sir Chasing Summer. Okay.
I don't got my joints in no order. I got side high, no dope on Sundays. I think that's one.
Ooh, that's hard. My bad.
I mean, that nigga put on a lyrical clinic. I'm like this. I got Daytona, Pusha T. I'm going with Fonte. No news is good news.
That's cool.
Retropolitan, Pete Rock, and Sky Zoo. And here's the one that nobody ever talks about, man. 3:15:20, Childish Gambino.
That's because we never heard it.
What's that? Is that got the summer song on there? Feels like
Feels
summer.
like summer. I don't know.
We don't talk about it.
I ain't heard that shit. Sorry. I like Childish Gambino though, man. Atlanta this season was cool.
I mean, the joint came out of nowhere. I mean, it literally is titled the date it came out, 3/15/20. Like literally, that's the name of the album. You know what I mean? It's just a white cover. You know what I mean? So, but I think if you fuck with Childish Gambino, there's some joints on there. So definitely join, man. This is why, man, I could talk to y'all all night, man. I know we gotta get ready to wrap up, but you know what I mean?
I wish I had said the side. That's the one I wish I had said.
We got any honorable mentions? Anybody got honorable mentions? That shit kind of hard.
Price of Tea in China. That I love that shit. Bodie James and Alchemist. Bodie James and Alchemist. That's a badass album. Shit, Wes had a bunch of albums, or the Griselda album. What was the Griselda album?
That was the WWCD. What was Machine Gun Do?
What was Machine Gun Do? Hey, your mute was on, dumbass.
Plugs I met too.
Okay, all right. I went there.
I had a couple of joints. I had the Book of Ryan Royce. I thought that was crazy.
My God, that's a fire album too.
That joint is crazy. Supreme Clientele, which is my favorite West Side Gun album.
I got Burden the Proof, yo. Burden the Proof.
Burden the Proof, very dope. I got Tana Talk 3.
Hermes 8.
Here's a joint that nobody does. You may hit me again with the Childish Gambino look. El Capo, Jim Jones. And I'm not even a big Jim Jones fan.
Is that Harry Fraud? Or
nah, that's Arsonist from the Heatmakers.
Okay.
I'm a big Arsonist fan. You know what I mean? If you fuck with the Heatmakers, that was dope. I had Bandana Freddie Gibbs. What was Machine Gun Do? And here's the thing that nobody fucking believes, but I'm dead ass. I know I'm gonna get laughed at. I like that last Certified Lover Boy, that Drake album. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's our show. This nigga's geeking. Hey, yo,
that's our show. He's not coming the fuck back. So,
hey, Q, is that the note? Is Mozzie on that one? They was banging in the West, banging in the East.
Nah. Certified Lover Boy was the one with the horrible cover with the pregnant women emoji.
No, I was talking about the Jones joint.
Oh, the Jim Jones. Nah. That's all Arsonist. The only thing that was really, it wasn't really, a lot of people ain't really fuck with it. But like I said, man, Arsonist has got some banging ass beats. Like I said, if you fuck with that whole, what was that shit? Diplomat shit. Yeah, I think you will fuck with it. And again, I'm not the biggest Jim Jones fan in the world, but I don't know if he just stepped his game up or somebody else is writing for him.
He definitely got better.
Oh, hold up. Let me say Nas Magic.
Magic. Yeah.
Well, shit. Damn. Fuck. I had one in my mind that just left. Sorry.
Real quick before I know we got dead the show. Real quick, what are y'all expectations next Friday? King's Disease 3.
It's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be hard to like.
You a nut ass nigga. You a nut ass nigga.
I'm out.
You a nut ass nigga. Yo, all this shit sounds like it's from.
What are you geeking for? Like, I'm from Baltimore, nigga.
Yo, what the fuck?
That's motherfucking
Krishan Rock.
Yo, in the background.
Hey, yo, who is doing these things?
Yo, can you do it again? Yo, please do it.
No, don't do it again.
I didn't know you had.
What are you geeking for? Like,
what is you geeking for, dummy? I'm from Baltimore. What is you talking about? Oh my God, I like that. Hey, damn, yo.
Yo, clearly can see somebody else controlling this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's
accusations.
Oh shit! Accusations.
Niggas putting wild.
It's the wizard behind the curtain, yo.
Wild ass gifts out, yo. Hey, Hey, Kill, where can the people get you, yo? Where can they find
Yo,
you?
everybody knows Kill 889 Twitter, IG. Jump on the timeline, argue with me about some shit. Last week was Richard Jefferson arguing about Ben Simmons, nut ass comments he was making about Ben Simmons. You got that. And also check out the newest apartment 5B, willmakebeastfood.com. I had the legendary Chuck D on, my hip hop hero. Fucking amazing.
Good shit, man.
Rain emoji show. Just the like Chuck to me was like my generation fucking Malcolm X and Martin.
You don't know what's going on.
Yo, this hands ain't left that glass, so I don't know who. I guess fam somewhere in the ether.
But I heard it in my earphones. I'm like, who are they shooting? The fuck? It's not out here. Not a Moco. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's where y'all can get at me. That's where y'all get at me, man. Brock, where you at, man?
Hey, man, I'm at Herbs Day, man. I just took a trip to Montreal. I'm still chopping up that footage. Give y'all a nice little video and a nice little video about some, different herbs and shit. I'm getting back in gear right now. So check me out on Herbs Day on YouTube. You know what I mean?
My nigga eating hella poutine, French getting too clean.
Poutine.
You feel? Listen, this is your boy Fatboy Diz, man. You can get at me at Dizzy. Fatboy_Diz on Twitter and Instagram. At WizBuffy.com. Hopefully we get some merch soon. You know what I'm saying? We jumping the shit back off, man. Definitely tune in, subscribe and like on youtube.com/C/WizBuffy. We're gonna chop up the show so that you can go back to your favorite pieces of the show and all that. Thanks to everybody for joining us on the live. Peace to the Black Wrestling Podcast, peace to Math, peace to Cal, peace to Ilfam, at Ilfam79, at Cal KHAL, and at Math MATTH Damon. Listen, dude, I'm Fatboy Diz. This is gonna be more. This is your most finger wave is that the Jonas the penis, Johnny Cock, ramp the glove and fit. I will not hit. I'm not a normal nigga. I smoke cigars, I use rubbers, and sometimes I rush through the outro. Bitch.
Yeah, absolutely, Rick. Accusation.
Hey man, peace to y'all, man. Thank y'all for joining us, man. We out this bitch, man.
Yes, Lord.